When it comes to drag, you have got to raise your standards. Some of you just want to be booked for the sake of being booked because in your mind you think you're succeeding, but you're not making much per booking. It is better to sit at home and wait on your ass for a high quality, high paying booking than to constantly be exhausted because you're taking $25 bookings, $75 bookings, $100 bookings. Now, you also have to have a reason as to why you're charging so high. For me, I'm studying C1 level French and C2 level, really, the highest level you can go. I understand the Latin language family. I'm learning the Germanic family, the Slavic family, and Mandarin Chinese, and Arabic a little bit. So I'm giving people reasons as to why I'm a higher quality candidate because I'm a global icon. And languages matter. And learning hard languages matters too, like Chinese, Arabic, Russian, Hebrew, etc., etc. Hungarian, my language. So these are different reasons as to why you can raise your prices. You can't just say, there's this one girl on Gig Salad who she can't even do her makeup right, and she looks like some weird, like, Lynx, the character, like the green and blonde guy, looks like that but can't do their makeup, and you can see their 5 o'clock shadow and is charging $500 an hour and has no outstanding qualities about themselves. And there's a reason when you look at them, there's no bookings because they don't actually meet that qualification. The actual value is like $100 maybe. But there's a reason you can't get booked. Whereas me, on the other hand, although it's a little bit lower than I like, had a proposal for $400, and my charging is $500 because A1, A2, B1, B2, C1 where I'm at, and C2 are $500 and $600. So $100 per level in French. That's my rate. Because I've been doing this for probably almost 15 years learning French. So I put in the time. I've earned my dues. So that's why I charge this specific amount. And I'm at an advanced level. Like, girl, pay me, mama. But having self-respect, well, I also have a bachelor's degree in French. So, like, this isn't just coming out of my ass. I learned it on Duolingo. Like, I actually have a degree. And so it's important to value yourself. So many people do not value their drag. They just think, oh, well, they're giving me this specific booking and they're booking me now, so I'm doing great. But if you're not making much money per booking and you're constantly exhausted, you're wasting your time. Or if you're going to open stages all the time, you're not winning. And even if you do win, you don't really win that much. You're just wasting time to waste time. Get out of the rut of doing that. Start saying no to things and just go to big pageants, things like that. Network there. You'll get bookings after that. Too many people attribute constantly being booked to being a better queen when it's always the girls that are too available, low quality, low priced, cheap, and not really interesting that are constantly booked. So it's not always a good thing to be booked all the time. That's what I want to start teaching people and mentoring people is being booked all the time does not mean that you're a good queen. You're just overly available and cheap. But if you raise your standards because you have skills that no one else in the scene has, because everyone can dance, everyone can sing, everyone can do that, but most people aren't learning Mandarin Chinese, the hardest language in the world, right? These are things to consider when you're pricing yourself. By raising your standards, you're raising the way, the quality of treatment that you receive, and people start proposing. You're going to weed out all the cheap people who can only afford $100, $200 bookings for you. And you're going to start getting proposals that will start matching your respect level. Although $400 isn't my minimum, it is closer to where I want to be, and I would probably accept that. So these are just things to consider when you're doing drag. A lot of people are just wasting their time thinking that being booked all the time means something. And low-key, the rest of us pity you. So just saying.